what's the deal, man? It's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I mean? As of 3:45 on a Wednesday afternoon on September the 18th, you know, I'm actually recording this. This video is actually going up at 9 p.m. tonight. You know what I mean? And very quickly. So in the next few weeks, I'm actually going to be moving. You know, to another location, you know, until my apartment gets fixed. You know what I mean? I still will be making videos, but I probably will not be adding music onto the videos, you know, until I get my, you know, my apartment situation, you know, fixed up. You know, so I still will be making videos and everything else. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that is going to be happening possibly in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, so I'll be packing and everything else. You know, yeah. So that is a very quick update and such. But you know, I want to mention something about, you know, All Elite Wrestling, AEW. You know, like I said, you know, a couple videos ago, I'm 43 years old. You know what I mean? I don't sound like it. I don't look like it. Thank goodness. You know what I mean? I keep myself in shape. You know what I mean? So I've seen, you know, I've been a wrestling fan since I was 4 years old, B. You know what I mean? Like, you know, since I seen Hulk Hogan and you know, and the Ultimate Warrior and the Macho Man and stuff. And of course, during that time, like when I got cable, you know, when I got cable in 1987, I was exposed to a lot of different wrestling promotions too, like the NWA, like AEW and such. And the NWA, for those that don't know, the NWA, the original NWA, it transformed into WCW. Remind you know, WCW was, it was actually a collective of promotions rolled into one, because it was under Jim Crockett, and then Jim Crockett wound up selling it to the Turner Network. You know, and that's where everything was rebranded to WCW. I mean, it was what? Mid-Atlantic, Georgia Championship Wrestling, Mid-South, and I also believe it was Championship Wrestling for Florida, right? So I've watched WCW grow during that time up until, you know, March 23rd, 2001. And of course, that final Nitro 3 days later. You know, and I've seen a lot of shit that have gone in WCW during that time. You know, I've seen a lot of stuff, you know, where the company wound up becoming very toxic. I mean, you know, when Bischoff got there, you know, he was throwing money around like there was no tomorrow. You know what I mean? And then, like, he left, and then Vince Russo got there, you know, and then Vince Russo left, and it was just fucking chaotic. But I will say this, though. You know, as fucked up as WCW was, AEW is a lot fucking worse. Why is it a lot worse? Because of a very incompetent owner who wants his promotion to be like WCW. You know what I mean? Like, he wants his promotion to be like WCW, in a sense of not only quote unquote an alternative brand, or we like to call it the challenger brand, but you know, the fact that it's on the Turner Networks. Actually, it's not with the Turner Networks. It's on Warner Brothers Discovery. You know what I'm saying? So he wants that there, right? But it's worse because, like I said, he wants everything like WCW, including the bullshit that comes with it. And what also makes this worse is the simple fact that social media. You know, the tribalists, the AEW tribalists, in my personal opinion, is the worst. They're the worst wrestling fans in all of professional wrestling. I mean, I've seen a lot of fucked up fans. You know, over the 4 years that I've been watching, you know, professional wrestling, you know, AEW fans are the worst. I mean, you had TNA fans during that time, but you know, they were not, I mean, they were bad, don't get me wrong, but they were not as fucked up as AEW fans. And mind you, WCW, if it existed, right, if it was still in existence and such, and social media was there, I think it would be a lot worse. I think it would be worse than what AEW wouldn't even exist during that time, right? But AEW fans is the worst because, you know, with social media, you know, they feel like, okay, AEW's a cult, so you live and die through AEW. Like, nigga, what the fuck is you, B? Like, get the fuck out of here. You know, like, I remember like, what, 4 years ago, someone put up a post saying that, oh, you know, AEW's here, you know, they listen to the fans creatively, you know, they don't have no restrictions, and, you know, and WWE's on a decline, you know, or there's gonna be fun within the next 5 years is gonna be fun. Because what they thought was, well, AEW is gonna take over the industry, you know, and they're gonna apply a lot of pressure to WWE, a lot. And I ain't gonna front. For a minute there, I thought that was the case because when you have someone like Vince there, right? When you have someone like Vince McMahon there, oh, forget about it. Forget about it. You know what I mean? Like, I could say, all right, I believed them there at that point. But lo and behold, look exactly what happened. You know, years later, you know, Vince McMahon got outed. You know, Vince McMahon got outed of his quote unquote kingdom. I mean, he's disgraced. You know, Vince is a disgrace. He's disgraced. You know what I mean? Endeavor came in. They brought the company. Triple H. You know, they knighted Triple H as the man to take over creative and you know, and then you got Nick Khan on the business side, who actually has been a gold mine for WWE. And then also, you got all the resources that Endeavor has with the UFC and everything. Look at the turnaround. Look at the fucking turnaround. Look at that. Now it's to a point where, you know, the decline of AEW is beyond documented. It's documented so much that, you know, it's not even in a popular space at this point. It's not. Fucking TNA is more popular than AEW. You know what I mean? Like, WWE right now in 2024 is basically what AEW was back in 2019. You know, but better. But way better. But way fucking better. You know, and the AEW faithfulists, you know, they don't like when people leave their company. They think, oh, well, if you're there for life. Slow your fucking roll, nigga. Get the fuck up out of here with that, boy. You know what I mean? Like, the company is shit. The ratings are beyond down. You know, the viewership is down. Yeah, you got your money, but, you know, are you going to do something to creatively change the perception of the product? No. You know, and then on top of that, you got backstage issues. You got a lot of stories with backstage issues. Look how many fights were there. Look how many fights were there. People are fucking miserable. In WCW, were there people miserable? Yeah, but it wasn't as ferocious as what you're seeing now with AEW. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. Shit, even I never even heard of. You know what's funny? I didn't even hear anything about ECW getting into any backstage tension. Why? Because it was a collective of people who gave a fuck about the business. Same thing with WWE. This is the only thing I will give Vince credit in. The only fucking thing, right? At least with Vince, you know, they had structure. You know, and their structure is continued to still be in WWE, right? You don't got that there at AEW. The fans is also the ones that you know, that fucking they contribute to the, you know, to the bullshit. They contribute. I mean, they fucking contribute. So now, you know, people look at AEW very differently. I look at AEW very differently. I look at it very differently because, you know, all these promises that was made and stuff, what happened? And you got a lot of motherfuckers who wants to leave. Every single body who left AEW and who's expected to leave AEW has told you the same thing and will tell you the same thing. It is unorganized, it's chaotic, I don't want to be there. You know, attitudes raise up, people are miserable there. Nobody wants to fucking be there. Nobody wants to be there. You know what I mean? Like, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the motherfucking pudding. And this is why AEW, you know, is at a very toxic place. And this is why it's much worse than what WCW was doing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they were stopping people pushes, but look who you had. You had fucking Hulk Hogan in WCW. You know what I mean? Like, you had, so many egos that didn't want to do business. They're the ones who killed WCW. It wasn't Bischoff, it wasn't Vince Russo. Bischoff, yes, but not as much as the talent. Not as much as the fucking talent. They get complacent. I mean, come on, man. You can fucking see it, nigga. You can see it. You can see it. And now, like I said, you're starting to see that with AEW, but it's going to be a lot worse. And I mark my words, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be jumping ship. A lot. If you think these motherfuckers are loyal to AEW, you are sadly fucking mistaken, including your big names, your day ones. If you think they're gonna be AEW lifers, you are sadly mistaken. Sadly fucking mistaken. Who, Tony Khan is the only one who is the AEW lifer. The only one. Why? Because he's gonna still keep on feeding bullshit. Nobody's gonna go to the shows. Nobody. You think he's gonna give up the creative frames? No, he's not. He's not. I'm telling you right now, the next 5 years is gonna be fucking fun to see more of the decline of AEW. I bet you by 2028, Warner Brothers is gonna kick out AEW. I guarantee you that. So I'm out to the out, guys. You know what I mean? So remember, in the next couple weeks, I still gonna be doing videos, but I'm not gonna be doing them the way that I normally do them. You know what I mean? But I'm still pumping out videos and everything. You know what I mean? Because I don't know where I'm gonna be moving to, but it'll still be in Fort Greene. You know what I mean? Maybe Clinton Hill. One of the two. You know what I mean? Because again, I live by them. You know what I mean? So I'm out. Peace.